A thread by Rex from social.quodverum.com. Will Trump win the 2020 election? Wrong question. Trump has already won the election. Correct question. How does he subjugate the enemy's will to resist? Follow-up questions. How does he do it with the least possible damage to the republic? Some thoughts. Everyone is focusing on the public drama playing out 24/7 across America, in particular, the various legal actions being taken by Team Trump and others in different states and federal courts. Fair enough. However, the analysis is wrong. It assumes the outcome is in doubt when it's not. Readers of my threads already understand my position. Trump has known about the Democrats' vote fraud schemes for years. There are tweets as far back as 2012. Ergo, he would have known he was target number one in 2016, 2018, and of course in 2020. And he was prepared. Trump's 2018 executive orders, CISA trap, and infiltration into vote count centers is good evidence of that. In my opinion, the Dems were lured onto their own killing field. Arrogant, drunk on power, and poorly led, no one appears to have considered that Trump was onto them. On November 3rd, the one thing that they hadn't considered happened: a massive red tsunami. The Dems panicked. The mail-in ballots exposed them and revealed to everyone else, revealed everything else they were up to, including the horrendous digital fraud. This narrative of a desperate Trump losing legal cases while he sits in the Oval Office in denial is exactly the opposite of what's happening. Think of a desperate and divided Democratic Party machine trapped, while Trump looks on in fury. The Dems are in a terrible position. All they can do is to gaslight Biden to inauguration. But given Trump has them dead to rights, everything they do makes it worse for them. Which takes us back to the original two questions. Again, I doubt that Trump wants to plunge America into yet more division. I think he wants to put a final end to this assault on the presidency, the Constitution, and the people as quickly as possible. The question is, how? Sure, Supreme Court vindication may be the answer. We are seeing Obama judges blocking each Trump case. Doesn't matter. Sooner or later, one of these cases will likely go to the Supreme Court, and SCOTUS will rule one way or the other. If they decide in Trump's favor, great. If not, that sucks. But it doesn't change the outcome. If Trump wants SCOTUS to be the vehicle, I think he will want to make sure that any decision will be easy for the judges. He wants to protect SCOTUS, not make it a target. That means that the criminals will have to be exposed, and Biden may even concede before any SCOTUS hearing. How does that happen? Again, let's not be distracted by the public drama. Trump has a very powerful private option that everyone seems to have forgotten about. What would that be? Our old friend, the Title I FISA warrant. Consider. If what Sidney Powell is alleging is credible, this is one of the most serious national security situations America has ever faced. Foreign actors working with American citizens are trying to steal an American presidential election. Unlike the Obama-Clinton, Trump-Russia hoax, this one is real. It is therefore logical that each agent implicated in what's gone on has been flagged with a two-hop Title I FISA for a long time. FISA, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. It's a secret court that allows, if you don't know what FISA is, look it up, or some other form of surveillance. There is nothing controversial about that conclusion, by the way. In fact, that is exactly what the FISA court and national security letters are for. I would find it very difficult to believe that multiple Title I FISAs have not been issued against the crooks for ages. If that's happened and the allegations are true, evidence implicating everyone involved has almost certainly been hoovered up. I note Powell has been referring to comms, e.g., a Department of Defense officer instructing hundreds of Democratic operatives to sabotage their offices, that to me can only have come from surveillance. This means that Trump has likely amassed a mountain of incriminating evidence that he can use at will. A mountain that is growing daily. For some reason, leftists and fake news always overlook a critical fact. Trump is the president of the United States, the most powerful person on the planet, and he has all his ducks in a row. I think Trump's ideal solution would be for Biden to concede and then slither away, likely after selling out everyone else. That means that someone is going to knock on Biden's door soon to give him a dose of reality. Once that makes it very clear that he and hundreds of others have been caught dead to rights, and that he must concede. If Biden doesn't concede, Trump has many options. Everyone involved is at risk. Biden will be reminded of that. Trump can turn up the heat as he controls the temperature control. If Biden doesn't concede, it will make him even more foolish and culpable as the crime is exposed. If Biden concedes, game over. SCOTUS may not be required. Trump is inaugurated. The damage to the republic will be contained. I can't see street thugs protesting if Biden withdraws. If they do, the National Guard will crush them in minutes. But even if Biden does not concede, no biggie. Trump will use his evidence to expose the crime in a way that cannot be credibly explained away. And arrests will start shortly thereafter. Street thugs, see National Guard, crush them, etc. Either way, Trump wins. Fake news can squawk all they like, big deal. Very few believe them. And it changes nothing anyway. Rasmussen reports that 30% of Democrats think the election was rigged. Close to 100% of Republicans agree. Fake news exists in a glittering hall of mirrors. They are irrelevant. Of course, we do need to consider the unthinkable, that Sidney Powell is gaslighting and Trump hasn't got any evidence. Then it's all over. Biden wins. But because I am confident that Powell isn't gaslighting and Trump has all the evidence, I am zen. One more thing. If Trump and his corrupt crew think that Biden conceding solves their future problems, they would be sorely mistaken. They have gone too far. Trump's awful justice awaits them, and you can be certain that his revenge will be remembered for centuries. Not just that, the American people will demand it. Right now, the fake president-elect and his deluded followers are living in a make-believe world, a world they chose, liberal la-la land. They can all keep playing Mr. Pretend President all they like, but in the real world, their heroes are doomed. And the storm approaches. As the remaining leftist sheep are about to learn the hard way. Enjoy the show. MAGA.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.